There are books that entertain, books that inform, and then there are books that transform the very way you live. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life is not just a book. It is a wake-up call, a call to stand tall when the world pushes you down, a call to embrace responsibility instead of running from it, a call to live with truth, courage, and meaning in a chaotic world. This is not theory. This is survival. And if you let it, these rules will shape you into someone unshakable, unstoppable, and unforgettable. You've been listening to Beyond the Cover, where books don't just tell stories, they transform lives. Life is not meant to be lived small. Life is not meant to be lived with your shoulders slouched and your spirit defeated. Every day you wake up, the world tests you. It tests your strength, your resilience, and your character. And the first rule to rise above chaos is simple but powerful. Stand tall. Stand as if you are ready to carry the weight of existence itself. When you straighten your posture, you're not just fixing your body. You are declaring to yourself and the world that you are not afraid of life. You are not hiding. You are not weak. You are prepared to fight the battles ahead. Strength begins with something as small as how you carry yourself. Because when you choose strength in your body, your mind follows. But strength is not only for others. It is for you. Too often we treat ourselves as if we are not worthy of care. We look after everyone else. We nurture others. But when it comes to ourselves, we neglect, we postpone, we forget. You must stop that. You must treat yourself like someone you are deeply responsible for. Because you've been given a life, a mind, a body, and a soul, and they are yours to protect, to nourish, to grow. Imagine if someone you loved was in your care. You would not allow them to drown in neglect. You would not feed them poisoned thoughts. You would not ignore their needs. So why do you do it to yourself? Start treating yourself with the dignity and responsibility you deserve. When you do, your life begins to transform. You move from self-sabotage to self-respect, and from self-respect to unstoppable growth. And while you grow, remember this: you cannot walk this journey alone. The people you surround yourself with matter more than you can imagine. There are those who cheer when you rise, and those who secretly celebrate when you fall. There are friends who carry you higher, and friends who pull you into darkness. Choose carefully. Choose to walk with people who want the best for you, with people who lift your spirit, who push you to grow, who challenge you to become more. Life is too short to waste in the company of those who want you to stay small. If you truly want to rise, surround yourself with those who rise with you. But as you rise, do not fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. Comparison is a thief of joy. Someone will always have more. Someone will always look stronger, richer, or more successful, but their story is not yours. Your only competitor is the person you were yesterday. Measure progress not against the world, but against your own past. Did you grow today? Did you do better than before? Did you move one step closer to the person you are meant to be? That is enough. That is the only race that matters, the race against yourself. And as you live, remember this truth: responsibility is love, especially when it comes to children, to the young souls who look to us for guidance. Do not let them grow into people who are disliked, resented, or lost. Discipline with love. Teach them respect, courage, and kindness. Boundaries are not cruelty. They are gifts that prepare children for the real world. When you guide them with firm love, you are not just shaping their future, you are shaping the world itself. But before you can shape the world, you must put your own house in order. It is easy to point fingers at society, at the government, at fate itself. But real change begins in your own life. Clean your room. Take responsibility for your actions. Fix what is broken in your immediate world. When you bring order to your surroundings, you bring order to your soul. And only then do you have the strength and the right to confront the greater chaos outside. There comes a moment when you must decide what you are really chasing. Life offers shortcuts, quick pleasures, and temporary escapes. The world tempts you with the easy path, the path of convenience, the path of expedience. But deep inside, you know the truth. The easy path will never satisfy you. What you truly long for is meaning. Meaning comes with responsibility. Meaning comes with sacrifice. Meaning asks for discipline and courage. When you choose what is meaningful instead of what is easy, your life may become harder in the moment, but also becomes richer, deeper, and more fulfilling. You begin to live not as a victim of chance, but as a creator of destiny. The meaningful path is the only one worth walking, because it turns suffering into growth and chaos into purpose. And as you walk this path, there is something you must hold on to: truth. Lies might feel safe, they might seem small, but they corrode everything. Every time you twist the truth, you weaken your foundation, you shatter trust, you betray yourself. The world is built on fragile order, and lies only increase the chaos. Speak the truth, or at the very least, do not lie. It will be hard. It will demand courage. But the truth, though sharp and sometimes painful, is the only weapon strong enough to fight the darkness. When you live honestly, you stand unshaken. You face reality, and reality respects you for it. But honesty also requires humility. When you speak, remember that the person you are listening to may know something you don't. Too many of us listen only to reply, to prove, to dominate. But wisdom grows only in those who are willing to hear. Every person carries a perspective, an experience, a truth that can open your mind if you let it. If you want to grow, stop assuming you know everything. Listen, truly listen. The gift of knowledge is given to the humble heart. And when you speak, be precise. Do not bury problems under vague words and blurred meanings. When you hide behind unclear speech, you hide from reality itself. Name your troubles clearly, face them directly, and speak them into the light. Precision is power. When you are precise in speech, you cut through confusion, you see solutions, and you bring order where there was once chaos. Words are not just sounds. They shape the world you live in. Use them with care, use them with clarity, and they will build a stronger reality for you. But do not mistake safety for strength. Growth demands risk. Children, for example, grow strong not by being shielded from every danger, but by facing challenges, by taking risks, by testing their limits. Do not rob them of this. Do not hover and control until they're fragile and fearful. Let them climb, let them fall, let them rise again. Because resilience is built in the fire of experience, not in the comfort of protection. The same applies to you. Do not run from challenge. Seek it. Embrace it. That is how you become unbreakable. And finally, when life feels unbearable, when pain and tragedy strike, remember to look for the small moments of beauty. Life is suffering, yes, but within the suffering there are glimpses of grace. A gentle smile, a kind word, a quiet moment with nature, the soft purr of a cat on the street. These small blessings remind you that even in the midst of chaos, there is light. Pay attention to these moments. Let them soften the hardness of life and give you the strength to continue. Gratitude for the little things will carry you through the darkest times. So rise. Carry yourself with strength. Treat yourself with care. Surround yourself with those who lift you. Grow by comparing only to who you were yesterday. Take responsibility for those you love. Put your own life in order. Pursue meaning, not expedience. Live in truth. Listen to learn. Speak with precision. Allow risk. Embrace challenge. And never forget to notice the beauty in small things. These are not just rules. They are pathways out of chaos and into a life of strength, purpose, and meaning. The truth is, life will always test you. It will throw pain, loss, and chaos in your path. You cannot escape it, and you cannot control it all. But what you can control is who you become in the face of it. Will you shrink, collapse, and let the weight of existence crush you? Or will you stand, shoulders back, ready to bear responsibility for your life and all that it demands? Every day you have that choice. Every day you either give into weakness or rise in strength. And the more you choose strength, the more life respects you. Responsibility is not a burden. It is the doorway to greatness. The more you take responsibility, the more meaning you discover. Responsibility for your health, for your growth, for your family, for your work, for your words. Each responsibility embraced becomes a brick in the foundation of a meaningful life. Without responsibility, you drift empty and lost. With responsibility, you become anchored, purposeful, and powerful. But responsibility requires sacrifice. You cannot chase every pleasure, every distraction, every easy escape, and still expect to build a life of significance. You must give up the shallow for the deep, the temporary for the eternal, the convenient for the meaningful. And when you do, you trade comfort for greatness. It will be hard, but it will be worth it. For nothing worth having ever comes without struggle. In this struggle, truth is your compass. Lies may seem to protect you, but they only imprison you. Lies rot the soul. They corrupt your relationships. They distort reality until you no longer know who you are. The courage to tell the truth, even when it hurts, sets you free. It frees your conscience. It frees your relationships. It frees your future. A person who lives in truth cannot be broken, for they stand on solid ground. Yet truth is not just spoken, it is heard. You must learn to listen as if the person before you carries a key to wisdom you do not yet possess. When you listen with humility, you expand. You open yourself to new perspectives. You learn what pride would have blinded you from. Listening is not weakness. It is strength, for it is the mark of a mind that is always growing. And as you learn, as you speak, as you grow, be precise. Do not allow vagueness to cloud your reality. Say what you mean. Define your problems clearly. Describe your goals with detail. The sharper your words, the sharper your vision, and the clearer your path becomes. Precision in speech is precision in thought, and precision in thought is precision in life. But do not confuse strength with control. The world does not reward those who wrap everything in bubble wrap and fear every risk. Strength comes from exposure to difficulty. Just as steel is forged in fire, resilience is forged in trial. Children need to fall, to stumble, to take risks, to face fear, to become strong. And so do you. Stop running from challenge. Stop hiding from danger. You grow when you risk. You rise when you face what terrifies you. And when tragedy comes, and it will, do not let despair blind you to the beauty that still exists. In the darkest nights, even the smallest light shines bright. A soft laugh, a fleeting kindness, the warmth of sun, the presence of friend, the simple joy of life's small wonders. These moments are not trivial. They are reminders that even amidst suffering, life is worth living. Pay attention to them. Hold them close. Let them remind you that chaos is not the whole story. There's also beauty, order, and grace. This is the essence of life's rules. They are not chains to restrict you, but tools to set you free. Free from weakness, free from despair, free from chaos. They are not demands to make you smaller, but challenges to make you greater. Each rule is a step upward, a movement away from chaos and toward order, away from emptiness and toward meaning, away from despair and toward hope. The world is chaotic, uncertain, and often brutal. You cannot escape suffering, and you cannot escape responsibility, but you can choose how you respond. You can let life break you, or you can let it forge you into someone stronger than you ever imagined. The rules are not restrictions. They are guiding lights. They are pathways to help you rise above the storm. They are reminders that life, no matter how painful, can be lived with dignity, courage, and meaning. Stand tall because life respects strength. Care for yourself because your life matters. Surround yourself with people who lift you because your environment shapes your destiny. Focus on becoming better than who you were yesterday because growth is the only true measure of success. Guide those you love with discipline and compassion because the next generation depends on it. Put your own life in order because change in the world begins with change in yourself. Seek meaning, not comfort, because only meaning will carry you through hardship. Tell the truth because it sets your soul free. Listen with humility because wisdom hides in places you least expect. Speak with precision because words create the reality you live in. Embrace risk because without it you will never know your strength. And never forget to find beauty in small moments because they remind you that even in suffering, life is worth living. When you live this way, you no longer stumble in the dark. You rise above it. You move forward with purpose. You stop being a victim of chaos and become a creator of order. You stop drifting without direction and start living with intention. You stop merely surviving and begin to truly live. The choice is always before you. The choice between weakness and strength, between lies and truth, between comfort and meaning, between despair and hope. And every small choice builds who you are becoming. Do not wait for life to change before you decide to rise. Rise now. Begin with the smallest step, the smallest action, the smallest change. Straighten your posture. Tell the truth. Take responsibility for one thing today. That is enough to begin. And once you begin, momentum builds. Day by day, you grow stronger. Day by day, you bring more order to your life. Day by day, you transform chaos into clarity. The journey will never be easy, but it will always be worth it. Because when you walk this path, you do not just change your own life. You inspire others to change theirs. You become a light in a dark world, a voice of truth in a sea of lies, a builder of order where there is chaos. So, do not waste another moment. Do not shrink back. Do not hide. Stand tall. Live with meaning. Embrace responsibility. Speak the truth. And find beauty even in the smallest of things. For this is how life is lived. Not in fear, not in comfort, but in courage, in strength, and in the pursuit of what truly matters. The world needs you to rise. Your family needs you to rise. Your future self is waiting for you to rise. And you can. Begin today. Live these rules not as commandments, but as a way of being. And you will discover that even in a world of chaos, you can create order. Even in suffering, you can find joy. Even in darkness, you can shine. Studio Microphone, this is Beyond the Cover, turning books into power for your life.